fire at anyone who dares approach the base. Artillery of this sort has a range of several miles. If it's going to fire on Hoover Dam, I want it firing at my targets. If not, then I want to make sure that the boomers don't sign similar treaties to fire their guns in support of the NCR or Caesar's Legion. Use extreme caution when approaching the base. Their firepower is considerable. Recently, one of my roaming Securitrons observed a man near the base studying the pattern of its artillery fire. Maybe he's learned something.
Why have you done this? Centuries of preparation. So much good undone. Fool to let personalities derail future of mankind. Stupid! May there be a hell for you, a Tartarus, bleak, unending. I have
Let's roll out then.
Excuse me, but are you the courier who caused all of that? Oh, great. The followers of the apocalypse, well, some of us anyway, have been... Of course, no one else is allowed inside the Lucky... Right. We just want to find out what sort of technology Mr. House is... It could be of great... Ah, I see. Great. Here, take this packet sniffer. It'll allow us to intercept data on Mr. House's network. You might have to manually remove the encryption from his data network, but hopefully you won't have too much trouble. Good luck.
Wow, that's crazy.
I thought nobody has ever been inside that place.
That one must be important around here. Things are getting stranger
Check that out.
every
She just left
day.
Oh! Hi again! Mr. House is out of the picture and... This is big, huh? Oh, here goes. I'll just take that Wow. Mr. House had quite a setup here. I can access his databanks and view telemetry on every Securitron on the network. Every Securitron on the network has been upgraded. Pretty neat, huh? The Securitrons at the fort are on standby. I see a status log here confirming that the Mark II OS upgrade installed correctly. They'll be all set to go once we boost my transmitting power and bring them online with the network. But we'll worry about that later. Come back.
Hey, look who's here.
Let's roll out then.
Hey, have you been able to bug Mr. Good to hear. But it looks like the bug was deactivated a few minutes after it went online. It looks like House has some kind of countermeasure in place to prevent... Here are those medical supplies I promised.
Goodbye.
You did a super job wrapping things up, and I'm not just saying that because I have to. Here's some big news. I decoded a military radio transmission, and it turns out... I guess he wants to boost the troops' morale. But according to... Anyway, it looks like Mr. House thought it was important. Mr. House ran projections on how the NCR public will react to a defeat at Hoover Dam. Overwhelming. But if Kimball dies at Hoover Dam, there's no obvious scapegoat for them to blame, so they'll blame New Vegas. So that means reduced tourism for up to 5 years. The equations... Great. A ranger named Graham has been placed in charge of security for the president's visit. You'll want to talk to him. Once the president is safe, there's one more thing for you to take care of. This gadget I'm handing you is called an override module. Mr. House had 2 of these made years and years ago. Just like him to think ahead. Take the module to the El Dorado substation and attach it to the power control terminal. I'll handle the rest. I'll use the substation to send a huge jolt of electricity to the Lucky 38. Turns out this casino has its own reactor. All it needs is a jump start. With the reactor running at full tilt, I can boost the transmission strength of the Lucky 38's command and control network. I'm talking direct tactical control of hundreds of upgraded Securitrons at vast distances. You know that's gonna come in handy. Great! When this is taken care of, we'll be all set for the Legion to make its move.
Let's hit the road.
We've got a lot to do to prepare for the President's visit, and not much time. Make it...
Stay out of the control room and enclosure, or there's gonna be trouble. Got it? You better get out of here if you know what's good for you. The power transmission cables are all underground. Good thing, or the war might have knocked them down.
If it isn't our favorite VIP.
Don't you love seeing the Lucky 38 all lit up? Sign of things to come. Too bad about President Kimball and everything. But hey, stuff happens, right? Exciting news! The Legion's massing troops in a... Well, some of Mr. House's projections predict a moderate probability of civil instability subsequent to the NCR being driven from the Vegas region. One of the mitigating contingencies he planned was to enlist the fall. Just seems like it might help keep things stable when we go independent. Not that I know what I'm talking about. Wonderful.
The recent disturbance at the Tops has been resolved. Do not be afraid to patronize the Tops. Do not stand in the fountains.
We've got stuff we're not even allowed to sell, people. Only
What's up?
I've heard a few patients mention the Securitrons are acting strangely, and no one is... If House is out of the picture, maybe we'll be able to get our hands on... That's phenomenal! Who did you find? They supply Freeside with drugs and liquor. From my point of view, they're just better organized pushers. Upgrading their stills would increase their supply of liquor and chems. How does that help Freeside? True, we could help addicts, but the cycle of a... Good point. We wouldn't be paying anything for their supplies, just a portion of our... We get food from nearby wasteland farmers in exchange for medical service. Tell the Garretts we'll keep their stills running if they provide us with supplies. Thank you for arranging this. I'm sure you have your reasons, but we are much too busy to waste our time on those selfish bastards. Even if we wanted to, we don't have the resources to handle such a monumental task right now. Unless you can handle our supply shortages, the best we can do is scrape by here in Freeside.
come to Mick and Ralph's for all your shop.
The Atomic Wrangler has you covered.
Hello there.
Some gamblers came in saying they'd seen you enter the I don't know of any other living... Interesting. Well, you're gonna need to... Yeah.
How's it going? Well, I hate to support the damn NCR, but it looks like they're the only thing... Here's to the slaughter of every... Hey, that's great. Once our stills are upgraded, we'll never be short on liquor for our patrons. If Jacob Hoff is sober, we might even have a few new... Most might view us as drug-dealing enablers around here. But honestly, we've got enough crime in Freeside. Bye.
Make a brief stop at the Atomic Wrangler.
We've got stuff we're not even allowed to sell, people. Only at Mick and Ralph's.
Hey.
If things don't go well at the dam, all of our efforts here could... I'm honestly pleasantly surprised they would help us out. But I can see the Garretts aren't doing this out of the goodness of their hearts. Well, it looks like you've earned yourself a discount on supplies now that we'll be fully covered. This supply deal will aid our work immensely. I'm sure you have your reasons. Even if we wanted to, we don't have the Unless you can handle our supply shortages, the best we can do...
Hey.
Hello.
You looking for a pat on the back? My mother is dead.
Exterminate.